Well, hello and welcome back to another incredible video. And today I'm going to show you guys some of my favorite pieces of wall art to refresh your home. So let's get into it. So this next set of DIYs, because it's actually 3 DIYs, is literally one of my favorite pieces of wall art I have ever made. If you have watched any of my lives recently, you will know that this is up on the wall in my office. And it's very simple, but it's also a very classic piece, and we're going to make it on a budget. And we're basically going to be creating our own plaster, utilizing some frames also from the Walmart, and then also using some wood sticks to kind of give our piece a little something extra. Again, these are relatively easy processes that I am doing, but I fully understand that if you're trying to recreate this DIY, you may have questions. If you do, please make sure to ask me in the comments and I'll be more than happy to answer them. Okay, I hope you guys can see why I love these pieces so much. I have displayed them before horizontally, and then as they are in my office right now, they are stacked vertically, and I love these so much. And again, such a good way to save money and do this art trend. So let me know if you guys will be giving this one a try. Piece is one that I was inspired to create by a piece that I saw on Amazon. The Amazon piece was relatively expensive, and I knew I could dupe it for less. When I finished with this piece, I think it was less than like $15 to produce, but when you see the results at the end, your mind is going to be blown. And largely, I'm just using a piece of foam board from the Dollar Tree, some paint stir sticks that I didn't even have to cut down, and some shims. And then I basically just stained them utilizing, I think, 3 different stains that I did, and then I left some of them natural, and that was just to give my piece texture and dimension. So again, if you have any comments on this, make sure you put them in the comments. We love to read our comments and we always answer them. So let's get into it. So for this next set of DIYs, I'm going to be using some of those Aloha frames that the Dollar Tree put out this past summer. And I will get those cleaned up by removing the actual Aloha words and any beads or hangers. And then we will begin. I grab some of those wood planks that the Dollar Tree sells in a pack of 6, and I go ahead and get those plaques stained using a watered down version of antique wax. So once those have dried, I go ahead and apply them to my frames, and then I do employ some tumbling tower blocks just to make sure that that seal is sealing so that this doesn't come apart. So when adding my planks to my frames, I chose to make 2 kind of a mirror image of each other, and then for my middle one, I just add 1 plank in the center, and this was just for my design. So now that my planks are on, and you could just leave this as is, this would be a beautiful piece itself, but I am going to go ahead and employ some of those stemless wine glasses that I used in a DIY a few DIYs ago, and I'm going to attach those to my planks. I'm going to be attaching 1 on the side of my 2 mirror frames, and then I'm going to attach 1 in the center of the frame that just has the 1 plank. Okay, so I love this piece. I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now. This is my favorite out of the 3 that I have made today. So I added just some of that greenery that I had gotten from Home Goods. I think these were like 99 cents a piece, but you could certainly add whatever you wanted to. You could put a little bit of water in and just drop a real flower in. You don't want to put anything too heavy in because we are just holding this together with hot glue, but she is beautiful to me. So comment below if this is the one that you guys like in the video. So with this one, I'm just using some of those MDF circles that I got from the Dollar Tree, as well as these really nice kind of leaf pattern. I don't know what these are. They're kind of like wood cutout pieces for this DIY. So just a few items. Let's get into it. So first things first, I'm going to give the MDF circles just an incredibly rough coat of white apple barrel paint. And then I'm going to give my leaves a first coat using a green paint that I got from Walmart. Okay, so I wanted there to be a little bit of depth in my piece. So after painting my leaves that green color, I do come back through with some Waverly Antique Wax, and then I kind of distress it a little bit. And I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up, but what I did when I distressed it is kind of allowed that green to kind of peek through a little bit of that Waverly, and I thought that came out beautifully. So after my pieces dried, I just went ahead and connected them using hot glue. Okay, so I love the way these came out. This was such a quick and easy DIY, but I love the way these look high-end inside of my space. So I freaking love this piece. This is a huge piece that is currently up in our living room, as you might have seen from some of our lives. And it's basically just made up of very inexpensive wood that you will watch me stain. And once that has dried, I go into our living room wall and just kind of measure and frame out what my working area is. And then you will watch Aaron and I go to town with the brad nailer, just kind of letting it organically come together, layering the pieces, just getting it to the point where we love the way it looks. So I'm gonna let you guys watch, and as always, if you have questions, let me know. So this is stunning, period. It's stunning. It's one of those things that people see right away when they walk into our living room. And the fact that it takes up a whole wall, but was so inexpensive to make, is insane to me. I can't say enough about this piece. If you have a large space that you are trying to get a piece of art for, this is a great DIY idea. going to try to dupe a high-end trending piece, but using items from the Dollar Tree. So let's jump into it. So I chose my Dollar Tree frames with, again, shading and different texture in mind. So these are kind of a sampling of the frames that I did choose. Now for our centerpiece, I opted to get 2 of the same frame because I want that centerpiece to be nice and chunky. But for the rest, I only needed 1 frame, and I will use, as you will see as I take these apart, both sides of that 1 frame. Okay, so it's relatively easy to get these frames apart. At the 4 corners, if you will, Dollar Tree just puts like 1 kind of staple, if you want to call it that, in, and all you have to do is just pull gently and it should come apart for you, and then you just need to pull out that metal piece so that you have clean edges on both of your pieces. Once I have all my frame pieces separated, I just play around with a couple of different designs until I land on one that I like. And I have to be honest, if you are one of those glam people or if you like gold, you could probably stop right now and just glue these together, skip to step number 4 where I glue these on a stick, and just be good to go, because there's nothing wrong with this design. Those of you who know me, know us, know that our style is a little bit more rustic and eclectic. We are into browns and woods and beiges. So this is going to be something that I take out and bring to a level that fits our home. So I'm going to do that by utilizing several different colors of spray paint. And what I did in the store was just start at the lightest color brown that I could find and then work my way down into a darker color. And as I spray paint, you will notice that I'm not really going for a full coverage. I'm going for just an idea. And I sometimes will mix colors and do all sorts of stuff because, again, per our inspiration pieces, we are just going for shade and texture. We are going for an idea of something. We do not want full coverage on this right now. So once our spray paint has dried, I bring it back inside and I take one of those 3 packs of long paint stir sticks, if you will, from Walmart, and measure that one of them down and then cut it down to size. And I will be utilizing this as kind of the piece, if you will, that holds all of my frame pieces together. This is where I will be gluing them down to. And then I start with my two chunky center frames, if you will, and I put those together in that same X, and then I just begin to glue the rest of my pieces down in the correct configuration based on the design that I'm going for. Okay, this is stunning. I'm just styling it here kind of in my styling space, but ultimately this went above our door. It is freaking beautiful. I love this piece so much, and I feel like we really did capture what the inspiration piece was, but make sure to comment if you guys feel the same way. Also, make sure to comment, because again, before we painted it, there was nothing wrong with that piece if it fit your decor. Make sure to comment which version of it that you would have up in your home. So for this next piece, it is basically a shelf. And I considered this still a piece of wall art. A lot of the shelves that I make are used to display things that I consider artistic, but put in the comments if you feel like shelving is also considered wall art. And this one, I will be utilizing some of those unfinished wood frames from Plaid. I use these all the time. I usually pick mine up from Walmart for about $1. I will also be using 2 of those squares that come in a pack of 6 from the Dollar Tree, and some tumbling tower blocks, some just basic stuff like that. And you will watch as this comes together. It's a very easy DIY, but if you do have questions, make sure to put them in the comments. And I love this. It was so simple and so easy to put together, and you can display pretty much any lightweight item on this. Let me know if you like it. So So here is another DIY shelf idea, and I personally think this one for sure qualifies as wall art because of the design that I use. And the items I'm using are a couple of frames from the Dollar Tree, and then I'm using these wood kind of cutout pieces that I got from Shein way back when. I think these actually sold out. They were so freaking beautiful. And a couple of those square unfinished wood pieces from the Dollar Tree as well. You'll watch as I kind of stain everything black and then begin to put it together. Again, this is another quick and easy one, very simple for anybody to be able to do, but she has a really good high impact when she's finished. For our next DIY, I love using items in a non-traditional way, right? So the way that they were not intended to be used. And you will probably recognize these wood pieces as those Christmas type ornaments, but I am not going to be using them for a Christmas DIY. I'm going to be using them to make a very beautiful kind of boho shelf. So you will watch me stain that and then stain the rest of my wood pieces using Waverly Antique Wax. Then I will go ahead and get them connected together. And again, I hope you guys are feeling this, but almost all of the DIYs in this particular video are super easy, but super high-end and impactful in terms of what they look like when they're finished. I love these two pieces, and they are pretty good at being able to store anything that's relatively lightweight. You don't want to put anything heavy on these, but I really like the way that they turned out. Let me know if you guys are feeling these in the comments. Okay, so DIY number 2 is about as quick and easy as the first one. This time I'm going to attach them though in just a different configuration. And again, this one came out beautifully as well. So this piece can be hung either vertically or horizontally, and I love it in either in either direction. You guys comment below and let me know which way that it's hung that you prefer. But well, as always, we thank you guys so very much for watching our video. We appreciate you, and we hope that you will choose to subscribe because we have tons of great videos for you to check out. And of course, we invite you to come back, hang out, and be okay with us.